11 na. Alas 11 na. Bumili ka din? Sarap na. Size kasi maliit eh. Kunti lang nila.
Binunta ko nga 10 kaya ba na? Ano ko 10?
Sukli pa nga siya sa akin. 10 binigay niya eh.
Alam na kasi 10. Sabi ko 10.
Nakapromo kasi siya.
Pinromo nga siya.
Pero pag matapos yung promo yan, sige natin.
Wala na, mahal na yan.
Baka ano na yan. Ang bayad niyan. 13, ganyan.
Sarap eh. Hindi man siya.
Mga 13 na siguro. Masarap na. Hindi siya kasi matigas eh, no?
Tsaka parang,
Sakto-sakto.
basta maano siya,
Sakto lang yung tinta niya. Saka
malambot siya sa ano. Paubos ko na nga eh.
Pagka niya. Naubos mo na?
Paubos na.
Hindi ko. Pag nanonood ka pa naman, tapos kumakain ka niyan. Uuubos mo yun.
Hi. Good morning.
Ako, wala nang mga lalaki na iiwan.
How are you, Fadel? Ha?
5 na lang.
Ano, te?
5 na lang yung mga lalaki na iiwan.
Paalis na lahat, no? Hirap na naman yan, te.
Asahan na nila yan kasi ganyan kasi wala namang problema sa akin sa trabaho. Kakayanin naman natin. Yan kaso. Hindi mo kaya kaya ka naaasa sa'yo. Buti sana kung updated tayo, madali lang ng ilang araw din ang kaso.
True.
Ang mahirap pa kasi doon. Malalaman mo may sumahod naman.
Ano lang, okay lang. Kasi maaga tayo. Ano ba yun? Pare-parehas lang.
Pares ka rin, magigising sa alarm lang. Siguro makapag, na sa kanila yung mga ibang lahi.
Wala naman choice din kasi yung ibang light eh.
Saan mo? Punta kasi medyo matagal ka pa. Okay, pagpunta ko dito.
Saan pupunta de? Alis ka?
Hindi.
Akala ko alis ka. Good morning guys.
Ano ko? CCA ko. Kasi papadala ko na yung box. Ano ko kasi sabi ko, sabi niya. Kung hindi na, alanganin na kasi yung pagsabi ko sa ate ko kasi doon na sana ko yan ng pa-flight na mo kasi.
I can see. Hello dear, good morning.
Flight mo. Nasa Pinas.
I am from Dubai. Hi, Ganesh Putran. Shout out to you. Like, okay. Subscribe, okay. Yeah, sure. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment. At least I can subscribe to your channel. Thank you. Thank you for the like. This is our accommodation. Nice house. This is our accommodation. This is not our house. It's our accommodation. I'm working here in Qatar. Yeah. Ta-da! You work in an office. So, is it allowed to use phone? I thought the house. My God, don't mind my nose. It's big. I thought our house. No, no. Sana naman, tropic farm. It's nice. Super nice. Is it? You're kidding me. Walang work yan. Walang work. Nakuha mo yung food mo? Sa bahay. Saan pa ako? Sa guard. Sa paper bag. White. Teka. Naka-assign siya sa sa dispatch. Pero wala naman trabaho sa dispatch. Kaya kung saan din siya napupunta.
Mali kasi sila na alternate na lang bang.
Diba? Thank you. Na?
Dapat 3 days, ano na lang sana ba? 3 days,
No, tagal na nito.
3 days na lang yung ginawa.
Last year pa to, sabay-sabay kami bumili nila Edna. Bago dating kami dito. Sabay-sabay kami ng mga BFF ko. Ay, paubos na. Ay, wala na. Dana. Okay, dear. Bye. I'm office here. Thank you so much. Bye. Ha?
Mag-isip mo na kayo mag-dispatch pagkatapos niya kumain.
Mahal, bigyan mo ako ng pati yung sa sa store request. Kayo din?
Yeah.
Sino sa store request?
Kisita.
Siya. Siya lahat?
Hindi. Assist lang siya. Si Google yung nandun.
Sino?
3 sila dun. Yung dating guardian na matanda, si Google at siya.
Ba't hindi ka na doon?
Mas maganda dun wala nang trabaho.
Oo nga, ba't di ka doon?
Maganda sa dispatch. Patayo-tayo pa lang.
Bagay. May point. Nagluto akong tinola.
Manok.
Hindi.
Wala kang ulam. Ano ulam ko?
Baboy.
Pero,
Bakit may baboy ba ako? Natural manok.
may ulam ba yun, Mal? Sana all. Pinadala to ko ng chichirin.
Hindi na. Kinain ko na lang.
Okay.
Hindi na. Binuksan ko na. Nainip ako. Wala akong pasok. Alam mo naman.
Ano pinadala mo? Kimchi lang?
Kaulam.
Anong ulam?
Manok. Pero prituin mo pa kasi light lang pagkakaprito nun.
mo prituhin pa.
Siyempre para mas malutong.
Sige, prituhin ko mamaya.
Shoutout po sa 3 million viewers ko dyan. Hello, guys. PBL today.
تاكسي اف من اول يوم وهي تعلو بالقمه. A second chance to make it to the quarterfinals after Vanny Gandler and the Signal HD Spikers. A heartbreaking loss to Galleries. In the meantime, there's Iris Tolinada and the Capital One Solar Spikers. They two are looking for their first win since 2024. And so we resume our second game here in the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City for our play-in tournament here in the PBL. Thank you so much for joining us on Pilipinas Live, One Sports, right here on Signal TV. My name is Jaime Escalon. My partner for today, Noreen Go. And of course, at courtside, we have Kai.
Ano, te?
Ay, sana ako dun. May sampay naman sila. Ano kasi yung mga sampay nila ba?
Oo.
Ano yung mga damit kasi? Okay,
Mm-mm.
sana kung wala naman. May laman kasi.
Hmm?
Ano sana kung walang laman, parang matupi ko lang muna. Makabukas kaya na meron. Magkabaan kasi sila kasi kapon.
Mm-mm.
Magandang gawa kasi sila nila pang kapon.
Kyla Castillo. Kyla, let me ask you this. Naniniwala ka ba sa second chances?
Actually, grabe lang init sa Pinas.
Mm-mm.
Dalawa eh. Multiple eh.
Chances talaga. And we will see them today to get that second chance to make it to the quarterfinals, Noreen, because, well, two teams coming off the loss, but big opportunity here to prove their character in our play-in tournament.
Yeah, throughout the conference, we talk about the format and the second chance, like you said, and we are living it right now. And for the 6 teams that lost in that round, this is the final.
See the qualifying round, what took place, well, 6 teams, Noreen, they've made it to the next round as we rewind this, but just really good opportunity here for Capital One and Signal, especially for Signal. They really talked about the youth now of this team and gaining that much experience here in their play-in.
Yeah, I mean, just to recap, we saw the graphics. Creamline defeated Nextled, Petrogas defeated Capital One, that's why they're here. Galleries defeated Signal, that's the biggest upset. Akari defeated Farfetch. These are the 2 matches that actually the lower seed defeated the higher seed. And then PLDT defeated Zeus, Chocomucho defeated Jerry. That's where all the teams are.
Of course, the Gallery Signal game, that is what everyone was talking about last week. But, let's talk about the groupings here because we have 2 groups. Kanina nga, nakita natin na Cheritigo defeated Nextled, and this is our first game in Group 1 of this play-in.
Yeah, so Group 1 is Signal, Zeus, and Capital One. Group 2, Farfetch, Cheritigo, and Nextled. Why is this so? That's the rule. I mean, that's a part of the format. That Group 1 will comprise ranks 7, 10, and 11. Group 2, ranks 8, 9, and 12. The winner of Group 1 will take the 7th seed. And then the winner of Group 2 will take the 8th seed. That is the rule. That is the law. No question. No more question.
And the best rule as well is try to get those 2 wins para sure na makapunta sa quarterfinals. Alright, let's talk about Capital One Solar Spikers. Their last win was in 2024, November 30th. So they're in a bit of a funk here, Noreen, but they're looking for stability. Who else to find that stability under Coach Roger except the players? Of course, the players na nandun na sa wing niya na matagal-tagal, and that is Jarrell Singh.
So it goes to show how hungry they are. You did say, what November 30, 2024? This is the second chance, a new beginning. And you talked about Jarrell Singh. Her presence really will matter a lot. not much of the points. She complements with 10 points, but she's not actually the first option. However, for me, aside from defense, is really her leadership, her experience, and that's what she's going to bring today, and hopefully get their first win here in the play.
Matagal na rin sila magkasama ni Coach Roger. So, Roger just trusts Joel Singh, one of the main leaders for Capital One. But speaking of leadership, in a game like this, a pressure-packed play-in tournament, you need players who thrive under pressure.
You're as good as your last game, we have to say. In today's game, she will, we're sure
Ayun
she's going
na.
to continue to try to find these. She had 8 points, I think 4 blocks, 21 excellent sets. However, you're as good as your last game, we have to say. In today's game, we're sure she's going to continue to try to find these opportunities for her teammates. But also, like Jarrell said, leadership is going to be key for Ajel Tayo.
Of course, wherever Gel goes, that is where Signal HD Spikers will go. Which is why we will go naman para kay Kyla Castillo. Nakitsakahan nga na kanina ang Signal and Capital One. What's going on? How are they feeling about this play-in tournament?
Well, hi, Menry. Let me just start by saying na alam niyo one thing na hindi man necessarily lumalabas sa stat sheets, pero it could make or break the game for these two teams. It's mental toughness na common denominator sa lahat ng usapan namin kanina. Especially with Jel Cayuna, who shared with me na given nga yung situation nila, no? Kung dati, kung napagod ka or off-game ka, pwede kang umupo saglit sa bench, magpahinga, huminga, and then you could come back and then make an impact. But this time, wala. It's all you. So you have to deliver and off-game ka man. You have to see things through and tapagan mo na lang talaga. And actually, same goes for Jarrell Singh and the Capital One Solar Spikers. Heartbreak after heartbreak. What they're banking on is their sisterhood na lang. The bond that they've built throughout this rocky road of a conference that they've endured.
Mental toughness, Noreen, will be a key factor here for both teams.
But at least, though, when you hear the interviews, so at least you feel that they're positive. You know, they're positive coming
Parang
into
yung
the play.
spirit.
Yeah.
Speaking of positive, 2 players were quite positive in that last game, and they are our premier matchup. That's Leila Cruz, one of our top rookies, and Vanny Gantler, number 8 in scoring, number 6 in receiving. What are you looking for them? What are you looking from them, rather, Noreen, for today's game?
First, when I was reading, Leila Cruz against Vanny Gantler, obviously youth is part of the equation, and it's great for these teams that they're banking on their youth. So obviously they're looking also to the future of the programs of both these teams. But for Leila Cruz, you want consistency. Vanny Gantler has been consistent ever since she joined Signal. So I think it's really a matter of how their mindset is, what they learn in the past games and how they apply it into today's.
You know what, Noreen, I am wondering if our 2 youthful stars have had time to reflect, but I think Kyla Castillo just has the answer for that.
Yeah, that's right, Jaime. Well, for Leila Cruz, ang kanyang mindset for today is back to zero tayo. So leveled ang playing field. Same with Signal. Meron silang chance na, well, buhay pa sila but the crucial thing is they gotta act like it. They have to play with energy, with enthusiasm, and Leila Cruz, along with Roma Maydor, the rookies of the Capital One Solar Spikers, will lead the charge if Capital One Solar Spikers wants to make a change in this game. And as for the Signal HD Spikers, for Vanny Gantler, I asked her, meron bang changes in terms of mental preparation, things like that? And she told me, personally, no. But what she did tell me was the big difference in Signal in terms of pressure. During the eliminations round daw, they were playing with so much energy, no pressure at all. Kaya ang ganda ng pinapakita nila. But something changed during that galleries. Once they entered the court daw, nag-sink in yung tension, yung pressure na, merong expectations sa atin and we have to deliver. But the sad thing is they weren't able to make the necessary adjustments. So these two teams, Capital One Solar Spikers and Signal HD Spikers, both teams gustong bumawi, both looking out to, get into the play-in tournament. And same for us, we're always looking out for you, our lively fans here in the PBL. We actually have a question for you, and if you scroll right below your stream on the Pilipinas Live app, you will see our question of the day, which is, which spiker will have a big game offensively? Which will it be, Capital One Leila Cruz or Signal HD Spikers Vanny Gantler?
I like that question because it comes with pressure din, Noreen, which
Signal.
Spiker will go through that pressure here in our play-in tournament.
For me, I'd like to say pressure really comes from within. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. We've heard that line, but it's true, and whoever can overcome that will actually have the advantage.
All right, let's get this going. The stage is set for the Capital One Solar Spikers versus the Signal HD Spikers right here on Signal TV.
is to build pa my confidence and hopefully ma-apply ko siya through kung ano yung pinaghandaan namin. I feel like kulang pa. I need more experience and through that expand ng team, but individually, Panic promise to nakaka-touch them and to be
Of volleyball, where each team and their challengers, our signal HD Spikers. Brain from beating on your drums. Thank you. For this match, first referee, Mr. Bobby Celso.
Second referee, Mr. Joffer Educal.
Educate.
Calling on our starting lineup from our Capital One, Solar Spikers. Let's begin with our team captain. She wears jersey number 14, May Jennifer Macatuno. At number 5, Maria Lourdes Clemente de Guzman. At number 6, Trisha May Genesis. Wearing jersey number 15, Heather Ann Ginoo. At number 16, Noriel Julia Ipa. And at number 22, Leila Jane Cruz. Starting libero is number 19, Roma May Dormal. Head coach, Mr. Roger Gorayan. Calling on our signal HD Spikers. Let's begin with jersey number 2, Rosalind Doria Aquino. At number 4, Jovelyn Fernandez. Wearing jersey number 5, Vanessa Gandler. Number 6, Maria Rochelle Lalong Isip. At number 11, Jacqueline Acuna. And number 22, Maria Angelica Cayuna. Starting libero is our team captain, number 16, Dawn Nicole Kadindig. Head coach, Mr. Cesael, Coach Shaq de los Santos. This match is under the supervision and regulation of the Kingston Amusement Board.
Let's take a look at the starters for the Capital One Solar Spikers, and we see that Ginoo will get the start along with Genesis. So Jorel Singh, we were looking at her, we're finding her, she's not in uniform. So that's going to be big there for Coach Roger. As for Signal, that's their starting lineup. Joe Fernandez, nice to see him healthy here for the HD Spikers. Of course, they will be led by Don Macandili Katindig and Jel Cayuna. Top setter and digger here in our tournament so far. As we are in the Philsports Arena in Pasig City, Jaime Escalon with Doreen Go and Kyla Castillo at the sidelines. Well, good changes there for Capital One.
But we have to mention, all these teams have gone through 11 matches in the first round to determine seedings, and then the knockout, and then the losers come in the play-in tournament. So they played a lot of games. For me, the coaches have seen who they can use. Of course, still, they will experiment because they, like Capital One, I feel, is in the rebuilding stage. Signal lost a couple of players, so I feel they're also trying to learn. So that's why we're seeing a lot of changes.
May Makatuno also starting for Capital One. That's her second straight start here this season. Gandler to serve.
Yeah, but you said May Makatuno. She's no stranger to Philippine volleyball. I mean, you know, she hails from Adamson. She played for a couple of teams also in the PBL.
Leila Cruz.
Out.
And that one is too long. Leila Cruz, 16 points in that last game. A big confidence booster for her coming into today's game. Vanny Gandler as well.
Yeah, that's why we mentioned this at the top of the coverage. This matchup, Leila Cruz against Gander, that's going to be one fun matchup to watch.
Makatuno tied. And Leila Cruz just manages to find a way.
Yeah, you know, you see that she is taller than, let's say, Fernandez, Cayuna. I think a bit shorter than Cunha. But what I'm saying is she has the height. She has to use that. You know, when they're jousts at the net, she has to actually have the advantage.
They serve it to Katindig. Cayuna, the setup to the back row. Gandler. And that's out of bounds.
Like that hit was very tentative, right? You can sense very tentative. That's not what you want to see here in this playing tournament. You want every point, every match is really, the players play with conviction.
The setup to the quick.
Boom.
Counter with Ipak. Cayuna this time to the open. Makatuno to the back row. Ginoo was blocked.
Oh, still alive.
Looking to put it in. Ishii.
Mm.
And that point will go to Capital One.
Well, that's the longest rally so far, and if that's any indication of how this match will go, Jaime, could be in for a long one.
Target Gandler again. This time to the right
Pansin
wing.
na.
Fernandez
Huh?
with a cross-court kill. A perfect time to add Kyla Castillo back to the group chat. Kyla?
Hi, Mandarin. Hi, Mandarin. Disappointed is the word for Coach Shaq after that game against Galleries Tower High Risers. Radio silence nga raw sa dugout. Walang gustong magsalita. Wala man lang magkatinginan. Mga nakayuko. Pero after that game, sabi ni Coach Shaq sa kanyang sarili, anong gagawin ko? Magagalit ba ako? Malulungkot? O i-absorb ko tong nangyari? He opted for the latter. Full acceptance in order to move forward. Coach Shaq, yung biggest strength ng Signal ay sila lang din. Kaya naman pinalitan niya ang 5 games nila na bumabagpak given their lineup. But he was honest to say na nakalog na rin siguro dala ng pagod at rotation. Nevertheless, Signal is here to show that they might be outnumbered, but they will never be outgunned. Hi, Menary.
Grabe yun, si Kyla. They may be outnumbered but never outgunned. But interesting yung radio silence na yun, Marina.
That goes to show their disappointment, and I guess also they're searching for answers that only they can actually give or provide.
This time Cayuna
Pansin
providing
na.
for Fernandez with a miss hit.
Again, another tentative hit there, this time by Fernandez.
Hi guys, shout out to you guys.
I feel for Signal, there's this challenge
Butternut, I
within
just
them
stepped
after
on
they
my
lost to
cat.
Now, obviously, questions
Where
in their
is your
mind.
cat?
But then, you still have the second chance. You just mentioned in the pregame, the second chance in the play tournament. You need to respond. You know, you cannot leave it to what if, what should we have done.
Right now, possession signal to the back row, Vanny.
Mm.
Vanny Gandler not hesitating for that one finally.
Yep, that's a better hit. Obviously, more forceful, more, again, there is conviction. That's what you want to see. Actually, from
Ako
both
naman
these
ito.
teams.
That's going to be our word. Conviction. I like that. 5 serving 4 now.
Good pass.
Makatuno to Cruz.
Mm.
With conviction.
With conviction. High ball.
Pound signal! Oh my god!
To start out strong, we have to say Leila Cruz for Capital One. And yeah, I mean, that's a good hit. One-on-one.
2 points now for Leila Cruz. Set to serve. Not the best of receives. The toss to Ishii. Lalong isip. Was there a check ball? First referee saying no. But we have our first challenge of the game.
Yeah, block touch is the challenge.
First challenge of the game by Signal.
Signal!
What I'm noticing, Jaime, is pretty long hits by Signal early on, so they're relying a lot on the block touches, or, you know, maybe getting some fingertips of the blockers. You want to see those sharper angles.
Here, Capital You're looking for your first win of 2025 here. It would be a perfect time to get that.
Oh yeah.
As there is a block touch.
Good challenge. No, but for me, for Capital One, you have to think you have nothing to lose, right? I mean, even at the best of the first round, challenge is success. One win, which is one win, right?
Yes.
One win, right? You said dated November 30, 2024. So coming here, you have everything to gain, so you just want to fight it out. Every point at that.
Makatuno sending it to Genesis. Checked at the net. Another try for Trisha. That one sailing out of bounds.
Yeah. After getting blocked the first time, trying to dodge the blocker's hands, but did not clip the line.
There's Ishi lalong isip. Got player of the week. First rookie to get that. What a season it's been.
I mean, we have to say she had big shoes to fill, but yeah, she played well.
Layla from the back. Could not find the line. And that will take us to our first technical timeout. Signal up by 3.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na
Hi again, Lady Boss. Hello. Ramen, shout out to you.
Signal defeated Capital One.
For me, once you step into the limelight of the PBL, you forget about what school you're from. You're playing for your mother team, and it's what you bring to your squad that will give you playing time, right? And you want playing time.
As Clemente de Guzman hitting it off the block for that point.
You know, for me, Jaime, this girl, the one serving, Trisha Genesis,
No work?
I
You have
think she
work?
has to come out swinging in this play-in tournament. We've seen her throughout the years, how much power she can put in her hit. We want to see that in this play-in tournament.
Look, here's another player we talked about in the preliminary. Just someone who just thrives under pressure. That's Jelka you.
I don't think she actually knows what pressure is.
Not in her vocab.
Yeah.
In the meantime, this will be a free ball for Signal. The set will go to Vanny Gandler with the put down.
What a play there by Signal. Great set by Cayuna.
This bite of the set is brought to you by Dunkin' Pasalubong ng Bayan.
Look at that. Just one blocker and it's the shorter setter. May Makatuno at that. So Vanny Gandler just takes advantage. You're going to expect a lot of that from Jel Cayuna, those opportunities.
This received. Bump to Heather Ginoo. Ball is kept in play. Vanny dug by Dramal. Makatuno will set to Heather off speed. The chase by Vanny. The free ball given by Ishi.
Chance.
Here comes Heather. Scoring off the block.
Now showing us their version of a
But
combination
today you look
play.
like
Capital
Rani.
One. You want to go to that more as well because you want
Yeah,
to create
I'm only
your
watching.
own opportunity.
Watching the
Heather Ginoo on this conference. Full good games. Scored 20 points in one of her games. Vanny in the meantime. Makatuno will go quick to Ipak. Nice save by Ishi. Vanny, IQ play.
Yeah. I mean, her momentum was taking her close to the net, but she was able to push it and clean.
Point number 3 now for Vanny Gandler. Now Jelka, you
No,
with
no,
Signal
no,
with a
no.
full front
I'm not.
line.
I'm 34.
Great serve.
35.
To the slide. Ipak was blocked.
Says Gambler.
Vanny Gandler with back-to-back points. This vlog of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All Filipino Conference. Timeout is called here.
play, ibigay mo sa kanya, di nakahabang doon yung black. Ikaw naman, nakita mo na yung black na goal, huwag mo na itutuloy. Sabihin, huwag mo nang paluin ng pag-anon. Pwede naman mag-down the line, nakaka-cross court siya eh. Kailangan, kailangan maka-receive eh. Pag hindi mo receive, todas tayo dyan, hindi tayo makaka-attack.
Very deep instructions there by
Yes
Coach
or
Roger.
yes or what?
Right now, they find themselves down by 5 early
I'm
on.
not 16 years old.
Yeah, I think also Coach Rogers just reminding the girls, I mean, don't hit into the blockers. You have to play it smart.
Cruz from the back. Nice dig.
Gandler.
Counter with Vanny Gandler going down the line.
Why not? Why not send it to that girl?
Oh!
Vanny Gambler just delivering her signal.
Radio silent daw sila pero iingay na si Vanny Gandler sa tuwan pala. Fortunate there for Jelka Yuna with that service error.
You know, not to take anything away from me, Makatuno, we saw a couple of rallies where she was left by her lonesome to defend at the net. I think it may be a good time for Coach Roger to try to bring in Tolenada, which is the taller setter.
Acuña going drop. Ginoo, a high set for her. Nice cover. Cruz from the other side. That one straight to the net.
Alam na nga
Yeah, that's
eh.
one thing you need, or she needs to correct, really, her consistency, because talent is undeniable, Jaime, but you want her to play in a consistent basis.
It was Iris Tolenada.
Yeah.
Limited minutes in that last game.
But throughout the first round, she started, yeah?
Makatuno. Up there, covered. Finding the spot.
I like seeing Fernandez in the starting unit of Signal. We saw that. I mean, she's a great compliment to Vanny Gandler. Nothing flashy, just effective.
Cruz. And tip it over. Makatuno. Now to the back row. Genesis. Too strong.
Yeah. She lacked that snap of the wrist signal. But, you know, that's a preview of what I was saying, the power that one Genesis can generate.
We won't head to our technical timeout just yet. There's a challenge here.
A challenge by Capital.
A challenge at Capital One.
Block touch or
Okay,
volleyball?
just sleep. I'm here. No, I'm still watching volleyball.
Still yet to score, but you're looking for her. Oh, that's
In.
Good challenge.
That's in. Good.
Oh, it's in. So now, you're getting warmed up. At the Capital, you're getting Genesis part of the equation in their offense. You want to give her more chances. Get her hot.
Fortunately there for Heather Ginoy, Capital One. Service error, so leads us to our second technical timeout.
No.
Bibig na kaya sa games?
عروض صممت خصيصا لك. اكتشف مجموعة عروض
Back after that second.
That, again, being another team would do the same and you have better quotient. But of course, you want to avoid that. So, for Capital, you want to see that fight in them, that diba? We don't see it. Too safe. A bit too safe for me.
Let's see if after that second technical timeout, may konting gigil na dito ang Capital One. In the meantime, oh, nice soft touch by Doria Aquino.
Oria's telling us, what Eagle? There's no need for that. I will show you finesse. Look at this tip. Perfect placement.
Finds themselves up big here. 17 serving 9.
What a serve.
Makatuno backside. Cruz from the opposite side, and she was stuck.
mean, what Signal's doing right also here in the first set, they're just playing basic volleyball, right? I'll defend, I'll read the opponents, 1, 2, 3, jump. And they get the block. So it's very basic, which is a good sign for Coach.
Ah!
3-point there for Capital One. That service error. So now Julia Ipak will be serving.
Yeah, that's one player also needs to make her presence felt. Julia Ipak, we've seen her when she was in university. We know she has a lot of talent.
Makatuno putting it up from the back row. Ginoo striking. Katindig to Ishi. Straight to Ipak. Makatuno will set for Trisha Genesis. Fountain dive by Lalong Isip. Chance ball for Capital One. Makatuno update. Middles, and it's still in play. Good rally we have here. Makatuno this time back to the span, and she will score.
Oh, he likes that from Capital One. It was a good rally, but it came in their favor. You know, they fought for that point.
And rin yung mga momentum building points no, from rallies.
That's what their fans are hoping. It's a start.
Target Fanny. Gloria Aquino covered. The setup to the opposite side. Check out the net.
Chance for Signal.
Ay, naku.
Gloria Aquino starting to heat up here late in this set number 1.
Now you've seen a lot of that throughout the years. Gloria Aquino and Angel Cayuna. So they can actually execute that to their ice.
Looks like there's a timeout here by Coach Roger.
Pantayan niyo. Lusot-lusot na naman yung tingin mo eh. Sige lang, paluan niyo lang ng pala. Set mo ng maayos. Huwag kayo magmadali sa pagpalo.
Combination play. There we go. Coming from the timeout for Trisha Genesis.
Exclamation point 1, 2, 3. That's what we're saying. She can have so much power. You just want to see her do it. And finally, she gets a point for Capital One.
Galing pala to.
Cayuna just sending it over. Makatuno will toss to Trisha. Katindig. What a dig. Lalong Isip approaches. Good save by Heather. Genesis na naman.
Galing pala yung game.
Someone has warmed up really well. Back-to-back points for Trisha Genesis. And for me, I mean, what's important really is you're seeing that confidence in her game.
Ask and you shall receive. You're asking for those swings.
It's just that also, you know, we watched and covered a lot of games. We know what these girls can do.
Yeah, it's cold here.
Neutralized at the net. Regalo for Doria Aquino.
Rega.
No, if you have Doria Aquino
Cool.
at the net, you give her a free ball, an overpass, she will take advantage. And no reaching beyond the net.
Doria Aquino now with 4 points. Still a comfortable lead here for Signal, up by 7. Pause there.
What?
I believe medyo na-ice na si after that pretty long pause we had.
Capital One's got to thank the first referee for that.
We've got a substitution here. That's Alvarez inside the game for the first time.
So the Alvarez, I mean, they need her firepower. Heather Ginoa, a bit of a quiet start here.
Fanny trying to target that deep corner, but won't get it. Capital One stringing a couple of points here, which is why Signal will be calling for a timeout.
Sige. Basta lang ulit tuloy lang.
It's impossible. You are so...
And may mga adjustments na for Trisha Genesis to really spark this run.
They're just down by 5 if you look at it. You did say they streaked up a couple of points here. Now the challenge is the Genesis at the back. Who's going to take over?
Candler flying in. Done by Rivera. Makatuno will set to Shola Alvarez. Straight from the bench.
Well, you know, Coach Roger knows his players. You know, any given moment, if you put somebody in, he trusts that player to deliver.
Just like that, the lead has been cut down to 4. Service ace for Trisha Genesis.
Boy, she's doing a bit of everything for Capital One. Judith Apple in.
1. Here comes Makatuno. At the low there, Kayuna bumps to Vanny Candler. Cross court kill.
Boy, I mean, did you see that? She didn't really have the proper approach. Just step back a little. Okay, not the hit. And look at that angle.
Much needed point for a signal as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what a serve.
Alvarez approaching. This time to the back row Genesis. Covered at the net. The chase and the free ball.
Oh, overpass.
Capital One. I guess you might call it a freebie there for Capital One.
3 point. That scramble on the side of Signal. Short serve.
Bump set. Candler. Artifacts.
Gantler. And I would say that's such a smart hit by Vanny Gantler because you're targeting the tallest player of Capital One in Des Clemente de Guzman.
Vanny Candler now at 7 points. All scorers. Now let's see if Kayuno can maximize her front line. Genesis will receive. Makatuno will set. Alvarez. 2 points from the bench. Lighting a fire here.
And they're just down by 3. But we have to say Shola Alvarez was once upon a time an MVP in the NCAA. So she has a lot of talent to back up that.
Gel will set up Jackie Acuna. Rivera with the dig. Now to the right pin. It's Strelia.
Oh,
And touch.
sayang.
It was clear. She found herself too near the net, a bit intimidated.
We have Giselle C. entering the game for the first time. That's a veteran there. Giselle C. Used to his closing in moments.
Actually, Giselle C. and Makatuna, I think, played against each other.
Estrella. No check ball that time, and so we arrive at set point.
Yeah, a bit of nerve setting in. We can see first that net infection this time. You saw her froze when she did her approach, and that changed the hit.
Gandler looking to put an end here in this first set. From the middle, Alvarez striking. Katindig for coverage. Abil. Nakakuha ng magandang puwelo.
Yeah, she's not comfortable with that set. It was too far. It was like a shoot set. So
C. Straight to the quick. But Acuna couldn't find the target. So
tanga.
Alvarez with a service error, which means Signal will take the first set there.
Player highlights.
Lead was not enough. It prompted because Signal just played with one thing of sport and then plus Shona Alvarez. From the center.
Hernandez.
To the left.
It's a miss.
Capital One gets the first point. And us, we're hoping for a better start from Capital One.
Oh, almost. Free ball, Capital One. Chance. Cruz from the middle. Leila Cruz.
Yeah, pretty silent first set for Leila Cruz. We did talk about the matchup at the top of the coverage. Vanny Gantler against Leila Cruz. Leila Cruz was actually subbed out. So yeah, she wants to actually get into the game here in set number 2.
Straight back to Capital One. Bump set to the opposite side. Leila Cruz. It's still alive. Makatuno. Not connecting with her middles there. And Jackie Acuna. And she's giving a show and then how it's done.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that. That connection, Jackie Acuna, we saw how much she's improved throughout the conferences. We're going to see more of that, I feel, and stronger hits from Jackie Acuna. I was thinking that player from Capital One, Sid Diegos also, played really well during the eliminations, or the seeding.
Cruz striking from the opposite side. And just finding the perfect zone to attack. As let's turn it over now to Kayla Castillo.
For Coach Roger Goriev, ang magiging deciding factor kung makakalusot ba ang Capital One Solar Spikers sa malaputas ng karayom na match na ito ay ang desire mismo ng players. For Coach Roger, malaking bagay ang desire eh. Pag nilagay mo sa isip mo na magagawa ko to, kaya ko to, nilaland ka niyan sa better position, sabi ni Coach Roger. Alam nyo, this head coach strongly believes that experience-wise may ibubuga ang players niya. But the thing is, they still don't realize it. Matter of fact, hinahanapan nga daw ni Coach Roger ang Solar Spikers ng fighting spirit. Yung tipong mag-react at sisigaw ng tara, laban tayo. Well, Jamie and Reese, I'm here to tell you that coming into the second set, Trisha Genesis actually huddled her teammates and fiercely said, erase, maging aggressive tayo. Let's see how this short but impactful message change things for the Solar Spikers. Hi, Menreen.
Kyla, you spoke of desire. A lot of desire in that rally from both teams, but Signal winning it. That's a good point. We talked about conviction. Of course, there's desire needed to be.
No, and I like it that Coach Roger knows that their capacity as individuals. What a start for Trisha Genesis.
The quick Doria Aquino. Doria Aquino. Great coverage by Alvarez. Genesis again. Set back. Rivera to the back row.
Off down.
That will be a point for
Maybe down with a defensive signal.
Genesis. Set back again. A touch for the HD Spikers.
Yeah, they read that hit from Genesis. They got a block, but yeah, it is. We saw the 10th fraction
For the HD Spikers.
Yeah, they read that hit from Genesis. They got a block, but yeah, it is. We saw the 10th fraction.
Kayuna. Lalong isip. Tough angle. Quick attack. Dug by Gandler. Ishi. Oh, nice move there by Ishi Lalong isip.
That's a great hit. I mean, it wasn't the best of sets. Lalong Isip just was ready. When we talk about the players having to be ready, Lalong Isip was just ready for that.
for Shola. Oh, Dawn is everywhere. Back row, lalong isip. Overcooks. Straight to Doria Aquino. Side out for the signal.
Yeah, you know, that's just a smart set by
Best here in the PPL. Oh, service ace. Alvarez looking to go down the line. Not there. And we are tied just like that. Sent it back to the other side. Rivera to Corende in. Done by Tony Aquino.
with drama. Dog with drama.
Reaches there. Corende in. Slowed down by the blockers. Gandler. Drop ball. Covered. Quick. And the rally continues. Acuna.
Whoa, still alive.
Now bumped. And a free ball. Big chance here for Signal. To the slide they go.
Oh, the dig.
Rivera putting it in play. Back row Genesis. Gel. Slide attack again. And it's still alive. Orende naman. And buhay pa rin.
Long rally.
Bump. Cruz. What a rally. Cayuna still not there. Ito na ba yun? Oh! Leila. Straight to Ishi. Shell to Fanny. Genesis. Here comes Cruz.
Ay!
What a fun rally.
That's the best rally we had so far.
Game namin.
Those of sports updates on starting lineup Mondays to Fridays, 6:30 p.m. live on.
Are pumped us up.
After a slow start, run and gun play, captain play, Cayuna will push. Sending it to the open, Orenda in with some power.
Great defense.
Free ball. Cayuna, the toss to Vanny Gandler. Straight to Genesis, who puts it up. Orenda in will counter. Fernandez saving it. Another rally we have here. 1-2 play.
Still alive.
And a free ball again for the Solar Spikers. Ipak na naman. Makatuno to Rivera to Orenda in. Nori Aquino showing us some great floor coverage.
So it's Rivera.
Pipe Genesis. Denied by Jackie Acuna.
Denied. Great rally again by both these teams. You gotta credit that point to Fernandez, though.
This block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PPL All-Filipino Conference.
Great lead. One-on-one, but Acuna was just all over that.
Looks like they will challenge. 2-point cushion. But that's out for Rose Doria Aquino.
Or Capital One.
First challenge. Like how we have
Challenge. It looks also where we're sitting. He's got a spy. I have a theory. He's got a spy. Where?
Doria Aquino, now the leading scorer for Signal.
Another good serve.
Cruz, not the set she liked. Cayuna kneeling to Jackie Acuna. Another connection there.
So take point is a point. Better pass.
They've been trying to do that slide play, and finally they convert. Julia Ipak. Acuna, straight to Rivera. Orenda in, approaching. And better move by Orenda in.
And you know, throughout
The Solar Spikers, Makatuno, getting his Ipak.
Yeah, great response by Capital One. We are now tied. I mean, because Signal is actually getting more predictable in terms of their play, so defense was there.
Let's talk about those
Now you see that blockers and sometimes the error.
type of play.
What
What else can you do?
Uno, straight to the left.
Need that blockers and sometimes the air.
Type of play.
What else can you do? You can't serve for them.
Full rotation here for Signal. Same play. Back row, Ishii. Yes.
And the Mipa. That's a better bump set. I think was that from her. She makes up. Oh. You're seeing, or in the end, getting touched. Oh. Well, now Capital, what you like is their kind of, their options are not limited. You're seeing, or in the end, getting touches. That's what you want. You're trying to
Sleeping.
widen the choices.
Watching.
Kanina we saw Sola, bit of Genesis, and a lot of Danny Gambler.
And we're going to see a lot more.
That's just her first point this set. Couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah, it's neck and neck.
On the toss to Leila Cruz.
Right at 14, we have to say Rivera has been playing really well today at least. Digging, service reception.
Fifth deadlock at 14. Tough bump set. Fernandez, dug by Ipak. The setup for Trisha. Double block. Challenged by Trisha Genesis.
Yeah, unfazed. Substitution. Early. Not so early. Middle part of the second set.
Gel. Quick attack. That's the go-to.
You know, I think for me, Jaime, it's very important for Capital to establish their defense against the middle blockers of Signal. They're just having easy, setting it to Acuna and Doria Aquino.
Tough bump set for Trisha. Almost a regalo.
Good save.
Leaving a free ball. Makatulo to the slide. Clemente de Guzman will score. Leading us to our second technical timeout here. Inclusive
For a lot of
Cindy.
at that time.
16 to 15 after that technical timeout. Doria Aquino has been the main character here.
You gotta penetrate.
Here's the result. Another hit by Des Clemente de
To penetrate that net, try to keep the ball in the court of Signal.
Good pass. That is the result. Another hit by Des Clemente de Guzman.
Boy, she looks good doing that. I mean, we've seen the progress of Des Clemente de Guzman. Look at that. Come on.
Another one by Don Makagili Katindig.
She's loving the assists. Yeah. But we have to say, Lalong Isip has been a recipient of all these, out-of-system sets.
And right now, she will be receiving a point on that service ace.
And that's huge. What a time for that to come because it's been close around the spin part.
After being limited to just 1 point in the first set, she already has 5 here in set 2. Great bounce back from the rook. Meantime, on in the in from the left hand. Bring in some heat.
A lot of heat. Nearly gave Abel a facial.
On in the in. Talk about the word stability with Janelle Singh. But it also gives that stability here.
She is a veteran.
Check that the net. Dump down. Wide. Chance ball. Ibibigay kay Vanny.
You know, the side sounds and comments of Coach Shaq doesn't help. You heard that? It's actually distracting. Of course, you know it's against Capital One.
A lot
Target.
up and... Ayan.
Or in the in. Looking for points. Have been veteran moves.
She is a veteran. I mean, she's been playing in the pros for quite some time. Years.
10 deadlocks now. In this set, Iris Tolenada seeing her for the first time. As we are tied at 19.
Good serve.
Abil, Kayuna will push. Iris, the setup, on in the in again.
Galing, ha?
Nice recovery by Judith. Gadler flying in. Here comes Cruz. With a put down.
That's an all-important point for Capital.
Now a lead here thanks to Cruz. Signal will call for a timeout. Sitting on the Shaq. Silong.
Okay, sige.
Tapos mami. Uy. Uy. Kasi normal lang. Kasi lalong isip. Well, Kayuna find themselves down by 1 with shot. Going to put an end to that momentum here for Capital One.
Yeah, it looked like he's talking about basic plays. You can practice that.
But in the in,
Ay, tanga!
to get that ball.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was a wasted opportunity really for Capital. It was gettable, but I think that was what Coach Jack was saying. Do you want the longer slides or the short ones? That he did say ilong mo, so that's why that slide was closer to the antenna. So great design play.
Iris set for Ipa. And Abil could not reach.
21. Yeah, that reception by Kayuna was pretty short. Abel very quick on her toes but couldn't get to that.
Capital One showing a lot of heart here, Noreen.
Yes, so different from actually the first set.
Kayuna in the meantime for Gadler.
Ay!
Just with the perfect placement.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that throughout the years in the PBL, these drops. It looks like it's short and you'll see that longer drop, so at the center.
Virtual race to 4. That one with the help of the net. Off system for Trisha. Gandler with a put up. Lalong isip. Slowed down by the blockers. Cruz from the right pin. There was a whistle in favor of the Solar Spikers.
Well, signal lapsing into errors here. Yeah, they were asking each other around, did anyone touch the net? But it was a good call. We saw the net move.
Ipak will target Gadler. Kayuna To Abil. Oh, what a big hit by Judith Abil.
Is that her first point? I think that's her first point. She likes these moments. Judith Abel. Close ones. And what do you like with that conversion? Because she's the last person you expect, right, Kayuna to go to. But now she's an option.
Cruz had to reach, but height is might. You talked about it.
Right, that is right. Whatever works. It wasn't pretty, but she'll make it.
Whatever works to get that lead. 2 points away for the Solar Spikers. A tough bump set, Abil. Rivera was there to cover. Genesis.
Galing.
Arrive at set point.
Woo!
And you love the fight in Capital One. They just hung around. We have to say hung around, and now they found that opening. And Genesis delivers. Late.
Thank you.
Abil will receive. Lalong isip. Chance. Iris. Blocked by Rose Doria Aquino. Blocked again. Genesis, could this be it? Not yet. A signal. Kayuna. And there was a challenge.
There's a match. Oh my God.
I was getting hyped up na
I
rally.
Oh, they stopped the rally.
Tied at 19.
Personality. I would praise on her teammates.
The in really,
Yeah.
her presence.
Genesis led the way for Capital One here in set number 2.
But it's Roger. Nonchalant.
Second set, 25.
Yes. And look at the Solar Spikers go. Here it is. Here it is. And look at the Solar Spikers go. But it's Roger. Nonchalant.
Second set, 25. Coach Roger, poker face.
Nonetheless, deep inside, he's happy because Capital One will tie it up at 1 set apiece. تاكسي اف من اول يوم وهي تعلو بالقمة.
No dry fit jerseys.
One set apiece.
Everybody, I want to get into the app. Mention it of the
Double figures, Genesis. How will Signal respond here in set 3 tournament? And she's
I think that's a good change up because you know what is the strength of Signal is if you have a full front row, they have so many options, so they need to score when they're front.
lalong isip from the open. Okay. Regalo for Rose Doria Aquino.
Yeah, this was actually an overpass, and Aquino will not commit the same mistake twice.
And now a better start for Signal.
But actually, a couple of errant passes from Signal. They have to be careful because they did win the second set.
Bomb set, Leila Cruz. Gambler covering that floor. Lalong isip. The approach.
Rivera.
Tolenada to Cruz. Slowed down by the blockers of Signal. Lalong isip again. Lalong isip will score again. By Coach Roger, she
Luwag-luwag naman eh. Kasi ikaw, ang ganda nga ng depensa mo. Okay na sana kung ganyan. Malakas na.
Danny Gandler. Service error for that.
Have gotten very much aggressive, but for the Signal bench loudly cheering, let's go Signal.
Dig. Genesis on backs.
Genesis, behind the line. I like that response. Right? I mean, Lalong Isip has been very effective, but great defense by it's a good start for Capital One.
As Julia Ipak makes her way to the service line. 3 points so far for Ipak. Jackie Acuña couldn't find the right rhythm.
So we have to say,
Set, the hit, the block.
cover.
Now to the other side, Cruz, top angle. Cayuda will set up. Is she Lalong Isip?
For all the hits there, hit the shoulder of Toledano.
Breaking the block.
Up and then just pushed it to Genesis, a one-on-one. That's how good that set was.
She's now in double figures with 10 points. Genesis, slide attack. Molinada to the open. Back-to-back points for Trisha Genesis.
She has been the one playing very well for Capital One, so yeah, you have to keep feeding her.
She remains unfazed against the person serving is hot right now here. Attacking. And a service eight.
Target, because earlier she did target Fati Oretayin.
This time to the back lane, La Cruz. Beating.
I feel that Cayuda had the right thing in mind. It's just the execution.
Cayuda this time will go to the open. Rivera with a cross-court take. Oretayin approaching. I believe there was a check ball.
I touched that ball.
And Trisha has 4, so here's her challenge.
No touch. I mean, Cayuda is going to say, I did not touch that ball. So yeah, successful challenge.
There's Caroline Santos. Got a little excited. Like went to the CR.
Okay. Coach went to the CR.
Thank you. I'm kind of confused what happened. So Coach Roger, like,
Went to the CR. Hey, everybody. Bit of comic relief for everyone
I
in
know.
this match.
we've had a couple. Meantime, Dodi Aquino getting in the scoring party here.
Well, we know that.
Iris. Slide attack. At the net was checked. Joust. Rivera. Tolenada. Oretayin. Full on hard swing.
This time, she made sure it was a point.
Here's that approach.
It looked like it was going out, right?
Gantler tipping it over. Iris. And the
Tanga.
point by Dodi Aquino, who just slaps it off. I think even she was surprised.
Lucky. But that's what we're saying. When we saw Leila Cruz trying to follow the have a purpose all the time.
Jel Cayuna with 14 excellent sets.
And I feel for Signal, this is the strongest rotation.
Another stuff block.
Turns back by Aquino.
Doria Aquino forming that wall. This block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PBL, all Filipino Conference. Alvarez just entered the game. Doria Aquino, not there just yet. Alvarez again. Slowed down by the block. Now to the back row. Ishii.
Oh, good day.
Another try here for the HD Spikers. From the opposite side,
Oh, another good day.
Hernandez was dug by Cruz. And we have a good rally ongoing. Quick. Good dig by Genesis.
Good save.
Gather off speed. Wala pa rin. Alvarez. Still not there. Great block by Ipak. Gadler gets it.
Gantler and boy, you gotta credit Katindig for trying to keep that ball alive for Signal.
Perfect way to send us to our second technical timeout.
Gaganda kaya sa games? Watch mo.
Finance ang BFF na malalapitan. But Signal work.
Those scrappy plays. What you like to see Don Makatiling Katindig running to the front, trying to help set the ball. That made a lot of difference.
Fernandez will push.
Oh!
Such an intelligent play by Joe Fernandez.
Yeah, she found herself out of position, but you can always score by playing it smart.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Corner pocket.
A similar story to what we saw in set number 1 here. Alvarez goes long. Now the set for Vanny. Dig the counter with Shola. Too hot to handle.
Well, if she's gonna warm up, that's a good sign for Capital One. We've seen that. You said it. It's a similar story in the here and in the first set. So you just need somebody to warm up. Pass.
Gandler from the opposite side with a cross-court kill.
Well, she wants to win the matchup. She had a comfortable lead earlier against 82.
Gandler has been locked in this game. Stats speak for itself. Up by 8. Alvarez.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they realize that Sola Alves had a good hit. That should boost her confidence. Why not set it there again? A combination play. She scores again.
Now she will be serving here. Still a mountain to climb though. 7-point lead for Signal. Dominada. Now to Genesis. Straight to the net.
Good effort though from Capital One.
Take a listen in.
Tapos ibabalik mo sa pinanggalingan. Ano kapwersa-pwersa yun? Walang kapwersa-pwersa yung kapatid. Pagka nakita mo nandun ka, lumabas ka na, kaharap ka na dun sa rumisip ng bola. Habulin natin, huwag natin palakihin, ha?
Defense and then you hit it.
Set by Cayuna. The counter. Not there. The Romal. Cruz again. This time.
Through the block.
She finishes the play.
Yeah, great setting again because you are spreading your sets. Look at that, making the defense or the blockers work double time and at this play.
Ayuna will bump it to Joe Fernandez.
Antok.
Great reflexes by Katindig. Free ball solar spikers. And that one down by Clemente de Guzman.
Right? De Guzman is looking more comfortable with these slides, these hits. And that's against Katindig. That's not easy.
Not easy at all. Combination play. Check. Good save. Oh!
What?
Combination play. Again, good effort. We see that also from Capital One. They really try to go and keep.
See. Cruz. Striking hot from the middle.
We see the individual talent. We saw Clemente de Guzman, now Cruz. I mean, we see the talent.
10 points. Already in double figures. Eddie's service ace. Right there.
مرحبا بالجميع، أنا أجنبنا من الإنترنت من خلال إكسبرت أوبشن. دعني أريك كيف ذلك.
I remember you did say it's looking like a similar first set. Here comes Capital One.
Coach Jacques de los Santos. A bit of a distress call here as he calls for timeout.
Yung basa natin, naghihintay tayo ng serve. Pag serve nila, nakano pa tayo dyan. Pag puntak ng bola, galaw agad, basa ko short roll. Okay? Kapit mo na sa basa. Basa muna ha, isang maganda lang. Hey, stop mo lang ha. One point mo lang.
Back after the timeout, ball coach Shaq reminding his team, still a question here. Leila Cruz with some big points. Combination play for Lalang Isip. Won't work.
Foul play.
Trisha Genesis against the double block. Katindig will be setter for Vanny from the back row.
Back row attack. Katindig.
Dose. Off system hit. C.
Carol, introduce herself. Oh, good save.
C quickly transition. C this time back to Santos. Katindig. There's that bump set. Abil. And it was sent back by the blockers of Capital One.
Good read from the defense of Capital One. That was Genesis.
Candler. Genesis will reach. Tolenada will set to the back. A little too low
Oh.
for Leila Cruz.
Easy. I mean, you're coming off the bench, you know. Good stop.
Out to the back row, Genesis.
She's so smart. It's her shot.
Mentioned the Guzman. That is something that has been working here.
And you like the contact. I mean, she has developed that. You hear the crispness between her hand and the ball. It sounded really, really good.
Gloria Aquino finishes up.
Vegan. Right? I think I'm like person.
We have not seen in set one, and there was an infraction there by Signal.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you like. There's a huge difference between the PBL and the collegiate ranks, like the UAAP. You see the coaches, they're not afraid of a lot of changes in the starting unit. And that's why when you're a player, you always have to be ready.
That's two straight errors for Signal to start this set number 4.
Well, you talked about Doria being a huge contributor in the set number 3 victory. They're trying to go to her more here.
Lalong isip. Slowed down by that block. Alvarez will counter. Back to Ishii. Iris opting for Layla from the opposite side. Kayuna, nice dig. To the pipe they go.
Good dig.
Secondary setter Doromal for Cruz. Great coverages so far. Lalong isip. Looking to put an end. Not just yet. Ginoo striking from the back. Kayuna, back set. Fernandez. Oh, Iris. Floor coverage. Cruz.
Oh, still in play.
Why na buhay? Cruz again. Gandler. Solid coverage.
Good read.
Iris to Shola. Cross court.
Galing.
To the back row, Vanny. Regalo. Finally, says Donnie Aquino.
Woo!
And a good time after that rally to send it to Kyla Castillo.
Anime GS
Heather Ginoo. That has to be
Time. So, Vanny Gandler, typical Vanny Gandler, tries to bail them out every chance she gets. Right inside the line.
Ever since college, Vanny has slowly mastered those back row attacks. 17 points now. Misreceive. Service ace.
Good ideal here in the BBL. She has improved so much than when she was in UAP.
13 points after that service ace by Lalong Isip. Almost, but not quite. For Lalong Isip, which will give Capital One a taste of the lead here.
Yeah, if you're Capital One at this point, no? Again, you have nothing to lose. You're down 2-1. You gave a good fight in set number 2. You gotta go all out. You gotta force a 5th set.
Katindig will play setter. It's been working. Gandler denied at the net. So they will go back to Lalong Isip. And another back row hit.
Yeah, Jel Cayuna just maximizing her different options. Right? Just giving it to Lalo Isip, to Vanny Gandler. So the defense just, who is she gonna give next? No blockers.
Overthink ka talaga pag si Kayuna yung setter ng opposing team.
Multiple best setter awardee.
Meantime, Tolenada sending it to Cruz. Easy coverage. Gandler getting it off the block.
Again, right? Bailing them out. It's close 4th set, but you give it to Gandler, the effort is there, and she scores.
Nice balance there by Vanny Gandler.
Outstretched hand.
Carlos Santos now serving. Sharp serve.
Yeah, good serve.
Tolenada, classic. For 1-2 play.
Hi, nice to meet you, Joseph. Joseph Cardoso. Shout out to you. Hi, babies. Babies, how are you? How many babies you have? Joseph Cardoso. I'm watching PBL. You're from Philippines. I'm from Philippines.
An aggressive center. She has that in her arsenal. You're just surprised that it's great blocking team of Signal. Just let that pass.
Now to Vanny.
Oh, good day.
Ginoo not giving an inch. Alvarez will counter, but she was blocked. Once again, Alvarez blocked again. This time it will be free ball for the HD Spikers. Overpass. Doromal. Alvarez, a third try.
Alvarez? The first referee called it in favor of signal, which means out, but the
So,
linesman called
what
a check.
do you do for a living? I am from London.
And Shola says
Oh,
there was a
okay.
check.
I'm
He seemed
working.
sure.
I'm working, but Friday, Saturday, it's my off. Today, it's my
We
off
will see who
also.
has the
So,
better angle
I'm at home.
or the right
Only
angle.
Sunday and Thursday, I'm working. I'm working as a counter staff here in Qatar.
No block touch.
Oh,
First referee has a better angle.
So unsuccessful challenge for Coach Roger and Capital One.
The best or the
Balinada. This time it won't work. They were ready. Ginoo from the back. Kapindig. Sending it up. Yashi from the back line. The setup for Alvarez.
What?
Couldn't connect. A bump set for Vanny Gandler.
into the block. Just powers it through the
Set number 5.
Jill. Serve, but not in game. Change things up.
Tori Aquino. Dug by Cruz. That's Tolenada losing her balance. Touching the net. Tolenada will chase. Easy over. Cayuna looking to maximize this combination play, but Toromal not giving an inch. Back to signal. And this time, they make sure.
Going back to their strength in that Cayuna Doria connection.
Solid hit. Goes Doria. Aquino. Improv. Alvarez. The set for Ishi. Ginoo putting it up. Back to Shola. Blockers were there. Katindig will play center once again to an off-speed hit. They go to the pipe. Won't work just yet. Lalong Isip will try and she scores off her blocker's tip. Gives her solid out at the climb back here. Go to Cruz.
What was that?
With the connection with Jen Cayuna for point number 16. They're going to get the side out.
You know, that's really smart setting by Cayuno, no? You recognize which are your strengths, and you try to go more to that.
Speaking of strengths, Capital One struggling receiving lately. Toromal covers. Too low for Ipak. Cayuna to the opposite side. And she scored, but overcooked.
Line a couple of times.
Tough back set for Fernandez through this challenge.
No, Jaime, good call.
Lead for the
EPL user. I think the bigger question is there a fight back? Are we going to see it still? Whatever happens, we want to see that fight back here in set number 4.
service ace for Giselle C.
Coach Shat, obviously very confident in his veteran setter. Probably his instructions are take it home.
Take it home. I like that.
Take it home.
Send us home.
Send us home.
Ayla Cruz, though. Cruz sending it down for that one.
Oh, but Dictaris is actually inside now. Six-point game. Capital Capital One in a must-win situation here in set number 4.
They go improv. Judith Abil with an off-speed hit.
Boy, it's a different unit. I mean, Santos, Torrentes, Abil. Coach Shaq really has the game plan in his head.
The noise on the floor got amplified, Doreen, when we saw Torrentes and Abil together. Nag-iba ng energy bigla ng game din, even if they're up by 7.
That's probably what Coach Shaq wanted.
Right now, looking for their saving grace here. That's Heather Ginoo who will score.
Yeah, probably one last push for Capital One here in the 4th set. Good serve.
Candler targets Alvarez. Ginoo this time targeting lalong Isip. Back set. Judith. Not that time.
Trying to get creative there. And a lot of things on her mind before that shot, so yeah, that error.
So we'll see another double sub. Cayuna and Fernandez back in the game.
No more experiments
Hi,
for
hi,
Coach
hi,
Shaq. He wants
hi.
a
Shout out to you
sure thing here
guys.
with Jel Cayuna.
Target Buding. 1-2 play. Saved by Cruz. High ball for Signal. Quick attack for Carol. Olenada. The run and gun. Whistle was blown. Net touch. There it is.
Oh, naku.
Clear as day.
Her arms were too long. Scraped the net.
I'm really intrigued with Carol Santos because Coach Shaq is known for developing middle blockers.
You want to know the history.
Combination play. Cayuna covers the net. Oh, Alvarez with a great hustle play though. Combination play for Vanny Gambler.
Sorry, that has been their bread and butter. You're talking about Cayuna, Gloria, Aquino, Danny Ganser.
Now has 21 points, Marie.
Another day in the office for Danny Ganser.
Gel to Doria Aquino on
Aquino. Look at the bench, Jaime. I think everyone has already played. So yeah, I mean, cause for celebration for team.
like Carlos Santos on that serve. Free ball. Let's see if they go to Cañada again. Yes, they will. But Alvarez covers. Ginoo. Checks it. This time to the back row. Ishi. Easy up. Back row Alvarez naman.
That's a great play for Capital One.
Great receive. Doria Aquino was met at the net. Cayuna back to
Here's that shriek that I was
I
talking about.
see it now. Buding. Bump set. Cañada. Point.
Go up that arc.
Point. Clemente de Guzman. There's one thing to take away from this.
Tete Guzman, you love it.
Will go Fernandez for the finishing kick. Not yet. Back to Jov. And they get it. They complete the bounce back.
Signal takes the third set.
Fernandez finishing things. Take a look at this rewind.
Everyone laughed at him when he married her, but 2 years later they regretted it. The story begins with this guy named Sean, who met Amelia and instantly fell in love. But when he would tell his friends about her, they would just laugh. But Sean knew he loved Amelia and was gonna propose to her. Amelia had always been bullied because of her weight, but Sean loved her no matter what. When they went out in public, they would get dirty looks. People would laugh at them in the streets, but Sean did not care and decided to marry her. 2 years down the line, Amelia had a secret that Sean did not know about. Sean was so in love with Amelia, he decided to marry her. Regardless of people laughing at her, they got married on the beach and looked very happy. But 2 years down the line, Amelia had a deep secret. Sean started to notice that something was off. The couple looked happy, but Amelia was keeping something from Sean. Amelia had been distant for many months, and one day Sean decided to ask Amelia what was wrong. Amelia finally opened up. Everyone laughed at.
Hello, Daddy, it's me. Fish. I walked down, I was seeing now. She said, you're going to marry my mummy. And she looks beautiful, like me. We love you so much. So when we remember. And we love you lots and lots like jelly shots. See you in a minute. See you don't want to be here. See you all again. Hello, Daddy, it's me. Fish. I walked down, I was seeing now. She said, you're going to marry my mummy. And she looks beautiful, like me. We love you so much. So when we remember. And we love you lots and lots like jelly shots. See you in a minute. See you don't want to be here. See you all again.
A poor boy visits his classmate's house for dinner. He brings his own golden spoon. Everyone laughs at him, but what they don't know is, the poor boy will soon become the richest man, because all the magic lies in this golden spoon. He bought it for $2,000 from a street vendor. The old woman who sold the spoon told him, if he uses it to eat 3 meals at a rich family's house, he can switch identities with their son. He bought the spoon half believing. Then he went to his wealthiest classmate's house. Today is David's party. Although Henry wasn't invited. To change his fate, Henry still came uninvited. Everyone was surprised to see Henry. This isn't a place for poor kids. This classmate is called Paul. He often bullies Henry at school. He took out a bill and handed it to Henry, saying a beggar shouldn't leave empty-handed. He was deliberately humiliating Henry. David quickly stopped Paul. He said since Henry's here, let him eat before leaving. The butler soon prepared a table of delicious food, and everyone got pure gold spoons. Just as they were about to give Henry a spoon, Paul stopped the servant, saying poor people don't deserve to use gold utensils. He told the servant to get Henry disposable utensils. Henry wasn't angry, because this gave him the chance to use his golden spoon. David smiled, and let everyone start eating. Henry ate heartily with his golden spoon. Suddenly he noticed the spoon began to glow. Meanwhile, the old woman through her crystal ball, saw Henry using the golden spoon. She muttered to herself that the show was about to begin. To eat at David's house again, Henry deliberately got close to him, helping him write asset management reports. That night David showed the report to his father. His father was very satisfied after reading it, and said his son had improved a lot. That night Henry brought the report to David's house, and said he was hungry, asked if he could have some instant noodles at his place. David directly had people prepare many dishes. Henry took out his spoon again, just as he was about to eat. David's father came. He was surprised to see Henry, and told David in front of him, claiming that being friends with poor people is a waste of time. Facing his father's lecture, David didn't dare to disobey, then helped pack Henry's things and sent him away. But Henry wasn't willing to give up. Just as the servant was about to throw away the food, he ran back again. Like a hungry wolf, he ate the food with his golden spoon. Before he could finish, David's father came again. Henry was very embarrassed, then hurriedly tried to leave, but he forgot to take his golden spoon. David's mother picked up the spoon with disgust and gave it to Henry, and told him not to come here again, because David doesn't have beggar friends like him. Then Henry turned and left. What both of them didn't know was, Henry would soon appear there as their son. A poor boy visits his classmate's house for dinner. He brings his own golden spoon. Everyone laughs at him, but what they don't know is, the poor boy will soon become the richest man, because of the poor boy
will soon become the richest man because all the men.
What happened?
You are liars. You said that you could get an iPhone 16 Pro Max for 9.9.
This series begins by showing a student named Lee Soon-cheon, who attends the most prestigious private high school in South Korea with students from the upper middle class. Some of Soon-cheon's classmates also come from the Golden Spoon Circle, such as Park Jong-gun, who is the son of the Army Chief of Staff, Oh Yo-jin, who is the daughter of a construction company owner, and Kwon Min-ho, the son of the director of Sungbin Hospital. Among all the students at Soon-cheon's school, Hwang Tae-young is known as a student from the richest family. Tae-young is the only son of the president-director of the Dosan Group, with a wealth of more than 300 trillion won. While Soon-cheon himself comes from a poor family because his father is unemployed and his mother is only a maid. He has to work part-time as a food delivery man and convenience store clerk to help pay off his family's debts. When Soon-cheon delivers food to the tutoring center, he will take away study material papers for him to study. At school, he has a best friend named Jin-seok, who comes from a poor family, so they both often become victims of bullying by Jong-gun and his group. One day, Soon-cheon gets the news that Jin-seok and his father died due to debt and that his house will be demolished by the Dosan Group company. Knowing that his best friend had died, Soon-cheon felt sad and regretted his friend's decision to give up on circumstances and choose to end his life. At the funeral, Tae-young's father, Hwang Hyun-do, seemed to come and be the center of attention of reporters, especially after the news circulated that Jin-seok's family house would be evicted by a company owned by Hyun-do. Hyun-do says that his presence is not as a party responsible for the death of Jin-seok's family, but as a father who wants to give condolence for the death of his son's friend. He also said that Jin-seok's family's funeral expenses would be borne by the Dosan Group company as a form of his concern. Soon-cheon, who knows this, is very upset because of Hyun-do's attitude toward his best friend's death. After the funeral, Soon-cheon is again bullied by Jong-gun and his gang. Watching from a distance, Tae-young finally approached them to stop the action. It doesn't take long for Jong-gun to leave and throw the money at Soon-cheon, who picks it up. Meanwhile, Tae-young has now returned to his car. In the car, Hyun-do sees him defending Soon-cheon and then reminds him to choose the right friends because he will become the heir to the Dosan Group company. In the afternoon, Soon-cheon returns to work at the convenience store and is seen teaching a new employee named Na Joo-hee how to use the cash register and arranging several items at the convenience store. Seeing Joo-hee, who previously came to the convenience store with a suitcase, he suspects Joo-hee has run away from her house. Elsewhere, Soon-cheon's mother, Soon-hee, works at a diner and sees the news of Jin-seok and his family's death. Suddenly, Soon-cheon's older sister, Soon-ah, calls her mother and informs her that debt collectors are at their house to collect rent. Soon-hee immediately returned home and tried talking to some debt collectors. Meanwhile, Lee Chol, Soon-cheon's father, who is being sought by debt collectors, is hiding in the corner of the house. He's a comic artist who is no longer popular, so his income is unstable. Sometime later, Soon-cheon comes home and tells the debt collectors where his father is hiding. Then he tells his father to take responsibility and solve the debt problem. At night, Lee Chol was seen drawing comics online even though until now, no comic publishers were interested in his comics. At Tae-young's house, he is supposed to study various reports from his father's company, and instead, he admires Lee Chol's comic stories. Sometime later, Hyun-do arrives to check on him. Because of this, Tae-young panicked so much that he had to take medicine to calm himself down. Meanwhile, Hyun-do, who has seen Tae-young's study results, is very disappointed with his son and thinks that he cannot use the time he has to study and show his best abilities. A few days later, Soon-cheon is now seen going to Tae-young's house to hand over Jong-gun's schoolwork, which he usually does. At the same time, at Tae-young's house, some of Soon-cheon's classmates are gathering and enjoying the piano playing of Tae-young's stepmother, Young-sin. On the way, Soon-cheon notices a crystal ball belonging to an old woman selling antiques rolling towards him. While returning the crystal ball, he is attracted by a golden spoon the grandmother was selling for 30,000 won. She explains that the golden spoon can change his fortunes to become a rich man by using the spoon to eat 3 meals at the homes of rich people his age. Even though Soon-cheon doesn't believe what she says, he still buys the golden spoon. When Soon-cheon arrived at Tae-young's house, he was amazed by how luxurious Tae-young's house was, which was spacious and had many servants. Upon arriving at her room, Soon-cheon saw his friends hanging out with Tae-young. Young-shin, who first saw Soon-cheon, was surprised that Tae-young had friends from the lower classes. After Soon-cheon gives Jong-gun an assignment, he deliberately embarrasses Soon-cheon by paying him in front of everyone there.
When Soon Chon is about to leave after finishing his assignment, Taeyong invites him to lunch with them. At lunchtime, Soon Chon's friends belittled Soon Chon's father's work, who was an obscure comic artist. However, Taeyong is very interested in his work because he likes reading comics online. Not long after, the food arrives, and Soon Chon uses the opportunity to prove the truth of the old antique dealer's story about the gold spoon he had bought. The next day, Soon Chon, who is researching various things about the Dosen Group, sees Taeyong, who looks frustrated while learning about company development and investment. Then Soon Chon approached him and helped him make a report to give to his father. His friends are surprised by Taeyong's closeness to Soon Chon, who has a different social status. However, Soon Chon's intelligence turns out to be able to help him complete the report. Even Hondo is impressed by the report his son gave him. Then Taeyong invites Soon Chon to eat at a fancy restaurant and transfers some money to him as a token of gratitude. On the other hand, Yo-jin worries that Soon Chon is taking advantage of Taeyong's kindness to make money. However, Taeyong thinks Soon Chon is sincere about helping him and understands the boundaries of hanging out with him. Yo-jin then talks about Joo-hee, who was expelled from school in England after getting into trouble. At the convenience store, Joo-hee is now seen chatting with Soon Chon, and she just found out that Soon Chon attends a prestigious school. He explains that he entered the school through a scholarship. Meanwhile, Joo-hee is forced to lie when he asks about her school. She says that she just got kicked out of her school after fighting with the bullies at her school. Not long after, the convenience store owner tells Soon Chon that his friend wants to meet him. Upon leaving, he saw Taeyong waiting for him and gave him some money. Soon Chon thinks that Taeyong is overdoing it, but he forces Soon Chon not to reject his good intentions as a friend. However, he doesn't think Taeyong wants to be friends with him. At the convenience store, Joo-hee is very surprised after seeing Soon Chon meet Taeyong, who she knows. After meeting Soon Chon, Taeyong is back home, and on the way, he feels very jealous of Soon Chon's life, which is so free because his life has been arranged with various schedules that keep him very busy. Arriving at his room, Taeyong seemed to be missing his biological mother, and he could only stare at a photo of his mother. Meanwhile, Soon Chon invites Joo-hee to dinner after seeing her complaining about being tired after work. Then they chat, and Joo-hee notices that Soon Chon is affectionate even though he seems cold. She is also impressed with Soon Chon, who is trying to help his family's finances. Upon hearing that, Soon Chon said that he did it for his mother and aspired to be rich so he could be happy and provide an apartment for his mother. The next day, the school announced the list of the best students who could enter the university without taking the test. Soon Chon is very happy because he is on the list of selected students. Meanwhile, Jong-gun, who was not selected, became very angry and started beating Soon Chon so that he would give Jong-gun his quota. But he refuses Jong-gun's request, thus making himself even more battered. When Soon Chon returns to class, he's so angry he throws his bag on the floor. Seeing his golden spoon thrown out of his bag, he remembers something about the gold spoon, so he goes to Taeyong's house to submit an investment report that he's been working on. Soon Chon, who is still curious about the magic of the spoon, then asks Taeyong to give him a bowl of noodles and argues that he is hungry. But before he could eat the noodles, Hondo came, making Tae eating the noodles. Soon Chon didn't get the magic spoon. On the other hand, Jong-gun called Taeyong and plans to punish him by to do whatever it takes to make amends. Hondo agrees and asks him to kick Soon Chon out of school. Under pressure from his father, Taeyong and his stepmother come to school the next day and report Soon Chon's fake blackmail. With fake evidence fabricated, Soon Chon and his parents are summoned to the principal's office, and he threatens to be expelled from the school. Soon Chon explains that all the money he received was voluntary by Taeyong. However, Taeyong doesn't defend him, and instead, he cornered Soon Chon. After the meeting, Lee Chol seemed to kneel in front of Taeyong so that he would forgive his son. On the other hand, that day was Joo-hee's first day of school at that place. Many of her friends were amazed by her entry into the school because she was known as the daughter of a famous TV station entrepreneur. She also seems friendly with Yo-jin, who previously attended the same middle school. Sometime later, Joo-hee, who saw the students crowding around, became curious until she saw Lee Chol kneeling in front of Taeyong to apologize for Soon Chon's mistake. She feels something is wrong with this incident because she knows that Soon Chon is a good young man and can't possibly blackmail Taeyong. At night, when it rains, Soon Chon asks Taeyong to meet by the lake to ask why Taeyong did this to him until Taeyong admits that he had to lie because his father put pressure on him. As it turned out, Soon Chon had recorded all the conversations between them and planned to provide evidence of the recording to the school. Knowing that Taeyong panics, so he tries to snatch the tape evidence, causing them to fight, and Soon Chon falls into the lake. Taeyong, who originally intended to call the police for help, suddenly discouraged him because if Soon Chon was found, he would get into even bigger trouble. Because of that, he decides to leave the place, leaving Soon Chon, who might drown. At the same time, Soon Chon begins to lose consciousness but suddenly remembers the chance he had to use the golden spoon, so he tries to save himself by swimming to the lake's surface. He finally survives and rushes off to find the gold spoon he had thrown in the trash. After that, Soon Chon heads to Taeyong's house and meets Hyun-do to give him food as a last request before getting kicked out of school. Hyun-do then agreed to this and invited him to eat the food served. Without hesitation, Soon Chon devours the food using his golden spoon. Meanwhile, Hyun-do only watches him eat from his seat. On the other hand, Taeyong, who is on his way home, feels guilty about Soon Chon, so he asks his driver, Moonki, to pull over. Then he walks back towards the lake to save Soon Chon. At Taeyong's house, Soon Chon, who has finished his meal, hopes for a miracle from the golden spoon. To be sure, he calls Hyun-do daddy, but Hyun-do has no reaction, so he apologizes and plans to return home, thinking he's failed. After that, Joo-hee comes to Taeyong's place to ask for an explanation about Soon Chon's case. Joo-hee, known as Taeyong's fiancé, was invited in by the maids. Just before Soon Chon left, suddenly Joo-hee approached him and slapped him while calling Taeyong's name to him. Hyun-do, who was still there, approached and asked her what his son had been doing. Hearing this, Soon Chon finally realized that everyone had thought of him as Taeyong, and his life had switched with Taeyong, just as he had always wanted. Joo-hee, who saw Hyun-do, immediately greeted him after not visiting his house for a long time. She explains that she just wanted to convince Taeyong of slandering Soon Chon. Not long after, Young-sin arrives and tells Hyun-do that the police are looking for Taeyong to investigate the disappearance of a student named Soon Chon around the lake. Hearing that, Hyun-do immediately contacted his attorney, Mr. Go, to accompany his son during the investigation process. At the police station, Soon Chon, now known as Taeyong, then explained that he only had a fight with his friend by the lake. On the other hand, Mr. Go tries to help his client so the place is with Taeyong. After receiving news of his disappearance, Go answered the phone without saying anything. Not long after, Soon, who is now considered Soon Chon by everyone. When Taeyong woke up, he saw a family waiting for him, and a woman who claimed to be his mother was beside him. At the same time, Soon Chon rushes to the hospital and looks for Taeyong. Shortly after that, Taeyong runs into Soon Chon in the hospital hallway and calls him Soon Chon, when everyone calls him Taeyong. Upon hearing that, Soon Chon was shocked and wondered if Taeyong had realized their lives had been switched. On the other hand, Soon-ah, who recognizes Taeyong as Soon Chon, feels something strange about his brother for calling someone else himself. After visiting Taeyong, Soon Chon immediately asked Hyun-do to withdraw the blackmail report that was reported to the school so that he would not be expelled. In his study, Hyun-do then orders his men to look for witnesses who have taken photos of his son at the lake to ensure his son doesn't get into trouble. When he returns to Taeyong's house, Soon Chon is stunned by the luxury that Taeyong has been enjoying. He then acts like a boss so no one suspects him. Soon after, he finally meets Moonki, who hands over the house plans and a list of the employees who work at his house. Moonki is quite surprised by his different attitude, but he suspects that Taeyong has changed a little because he had a hard day. As Moonki leaves, Soon Chon admires Taeyong's luxurious room and sees that his pictures have turned into him. Examining the details of the golden spoon, Soon Chon notices the 30 on the handle of the golden spoon turning to 29 when the clock strikes 12 at night. He quickly realizes that this is the number of days left for him to return to being poor Soon Chon. The next day, Soon Chon leaves for school as Taeyong. However, he is still uncomfortable being friends with Jong-gun and his snobbish group. That day, he finds out that Joo-hee is the daughter of the owner of a well-known TV station. Moments later, Soon Chon is summoned by the principal to discuss the blackmail issue from the other day. During the meeting, he finds out that the principal and Mrs. Kim already know that Taeyong deliberately framed him so that Soon Chon was expelled from school. During a break, Jong-gun and his gang continue bullying a school student. Then Soon Chon punches him and defends the male student he bullied. Jong-gun, who feels he has less power, cannot fight Soon Chon, who has now become Taeyong. Even Soon Chon gives his phone number to the bullied student and asks the student to contact him if Jong-gun bothers him again. Jong-gun himself is upset and surprised that the Taeyong he knows has changed. Meanwhile, Joo-hee, who sees Soon Chon as Taeyong, takes him to the school's roof and asks him to stop bothering Soon Chon. At that time, Soon Chon realized that Joo-hee was so considerate and cared for him. After Joo-hee left, Yo-jin approached Soon Chon and revealed that she was still upset because, previously, he had called her a lowly woman. Not only that, but she also told him that Joo-hee was the cause of a student's death in middle school, but Soon Chon didn't seem to care about it and left. Meanwhile, when Taeyong at Soon Chon's house wakes up, he suddenly remembers the dinner schedule with his father. Seeing this, Lee Chol and his wife tried to calm him and asked him to rest again. On the other hand, Soon Chon seems to be trying to follow Hyun-do's strict self-discipline. Hyun-do is also known as a perfectionist, so he tries not to make mistakes in every report he makes to Hyun-do. After becoming Taeyong, Soon-cheon bought some expensive things to give to his family, whereas Taeyong, who has lived to be Soon-cheon, actually likes comics made by Lee Chol, which surprises Soon-cheon's real family because he previously thought his father's comics were not interesting. Soon-ma then asked her parents if her brother is now forgetful after an accident. After dinner was ready, Taeyong, who initially underestimated the food served, became very hungry and said that Soon-cheon's mother's cooking was the most delicious food he had ever eaten. Not long after finishing dinner, the Huang family's servants came to Soon-cheon's family's house and gave them gifts as an apology. Elsewhere, before having dinner with his son, Hyun-do reminds him not to waste money and hopes that Taeyong can become someone who is not affected by money. Sometime later, at dinner, it turns out that Hyun-do invited Joo-hee and her father, Na Song-guk, to join. So Soon-cheon finds out that Joo-hee is Taeyong's fiancée. Joo-hee reveals that she wanted to end her engagement with Taeyong because she wanted to be free to live her life while still in school. After she and her father arrived home, her older stepbrother, Gum-seok, was angry with her because his company was threatened with bankruptcy after Hyun-do canceled his investment in his company after she broke off her engagement with Taeyong. However, Joo-hee's father tries to mediate their problems and tells Joo-hee to reconsider her decision before ending her engagement with Taeyong. Meanwhile, when Soon-cheon returns to his room, he is surprised to see Young-sin searching his room. Young-sin, who was caught, then reasoned that she only wanted to give him school exam materials. After Young-sin left, Soon-cheon immediately looked for his gold spoon and accidentally found a photo of Taeyong with his biological mother. At his house, Jong-gun is being beaten by his father after his father finds out that he cheated at school and failed to make it to the top student list. He suspects Soon-cheon has complained about it, so he plans to teach Soon-cheon a lesson. The next morning, Soon-ah tries to prevent her mother from returning all the luxury items they received last night. However, because her father and brother agreed to return the item, she gave up and handed over the luxury item to her mother. After breakfast, Taeyong said goodbye to Soon-cheon's father to go to school. Lee Chol then gives pocket money which, according to Taeyong, is very little. Despite that, Taeyong thanks him and goes to school walking. When he was about to return home, Lee Chol felt sorry because he had not provided a decent life for his family all this time, so when he saw a construction vacancy flyer, he took the flyer. Afterward, Soon-hee meets Soon-cheon at a restaurant and returns all the luxury items given to her family the night before. Even though at that time, Soon-cheon, now a rich man, had prepared a check to pay off all his family's debts. But Soon-hee refused the gift, said that money could not buy her family's pride, and asked him to stay away from her family. Soon-cheon is speechless because he knows his mother doesn't want to take advantage of other people's kindness. At school, the return of Taeyong, who has become Soon-cheon, makes his friends happy. Joo-hee also looks happy because it's been a while since they saw each other. Then, after school, she invites Taeyong to sit in a park to chat. Sometime later, Jong-gun and his group come to Taeyong to ask him to go to his house. Arriving at his house, Jong-gun and his group immediately beat Taeyong in black and blue. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Hyun-do is seen signing a document related to Taeyong. Sometime later, Joo-hee, who was in a columbarium, did not realize that a mysterious man had been watching her movements. Concurrently, Soon-cheon comes to the columbarium and rushes to Jin-seok's ashes to pay tribute to his best friend. Moments later, Soon-cheon gets a call from his friend that Jong-gun has taken Taeyong away. Hearing the news, he immediately went to Jong-gun's house because he knew Taeyong was in danger. After Soon-cheon gets to Jong-gun's house, he starts beating up Jong-gun, so Jong-gun doesn't bother Taeyong anymore. Then he uses Jong-gun's father's gun to scare Jong-gun. Moon-ki, who was waiting outside, suddenly heard gunshots from inside Jong-gun's house. Not long after the gunshots, Soon-cheon heads to Hyun-do's office to tell him what he just did at Jong-gun's house. Because Hyun-do is in a meeting, finally, Soon-cheon waits for him in his study and reads the will, which states that all of his assets will not be passed on to Taeyong. When Hyun-do walks into his study, Soon-cheon announces that he's caused a problem and tells Hyun-do not to worry about the mess he caused. Shortly after that, Jong-gun's father suddenly calls Hyun-do, just as Soon-cheon had expected. Then he answered the phone according to his son's request. Soon-cheon then visits Jong-gun, who is hospitalized because of an injured hand. Jong-gun's mother was angry with him for injuring her son. However, she pauses after hearing Soon-cheon tell her that he didn't shoot Jong-gun and that Jong-gun only dislocated his hand after falling from the shock of the shot he fired. Soon-cheon then mentions that Jong-gun often bullies at school, so he wants to teach Jong-gun a lesson. If they want to dispute the shooting incident, he threatens to reveal to the police that Jong-gun's father illegally owned a gun. Soon after, Soon-cheon drives Taeyong home after seeing that he is scared. Moon-ki, who notices Taeyong's habit of biting his nails, reminds him of his young master's habit when he is scared. Soon-cheon's kindness to Taeyong now makes him feel indebted. But Soon Chon explains that he feels guilty that Taeyong had to take his place and had been beaten up by Jong-gun. When Taeyong arrives at Soon Chon's family's house, the landlord returns and kicks out Soon Chon's family because they have been in arrears for 3 months. Lee Chol then tried to talk to the debt collectors so that he and his family were allowed to stay there and would repay the rent. In fact, he was willing to clean the shoes of the man who owned the house for 20,000 won. From a distance, Soon Chon sees Lee Chol cleaning the shoes of the owner of the house, which embarrasses him, and he leaves. On the way home, Soon Chon thinks that switching lives is the right decision because he is ashamed to have such a useless father. On top of that, he has to think of a way to change Hyun-do's will. At the convenience store, Joo-hee is seen in a hurry because she arrived late. Meanwhile, the man who followed her to the columbarium was seen across from the convenience store and seemed to hate Joo-hee. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Jong-gun is so upset by the news that the Dosan group's fortunes are steadily increasing that he turns off the television. Yo-jin, who was there, also seemed enthusiastic about discussing Taeyong's birthday next week, so Jong-gun was even more annoyed. She also reveals that Taeyong and Soon Chon were born on the same day, and she thinks it's a very strange coincidence between them. The next day, it turns out that Chol has to work as a laborer in an eviction project, so he has to face the residents who oppose evictions. The project manager also had time to rebuke Lee Chol, who looked nervous while carrying out the demolition. Lee Chol hides his new job
I
and
just
tells
want
his
to
wife
stay
that
at
he works at
home.
a publishing house as a comic artist. Meanwhile, Soon Hye is currently trying to find a new place to live in preparation for when her family is forced to move from their current house. At night, Lee Chol seemed to be resting and accidentally met a man named Jong Wee-nam, who always followed Joo-hee. Wee-nam reportedly got out of prison a month after his life was shattered by losing his beloved daughter 5 years ago. Lee Chol finds Wee-nam's wallet with a photo of his daughter, but Wee-nam takes it immediately. 1 week later, Lee Chol finally gets paid and intends to buy a birthday cake for Soon Chon. Meanwhile, Soon Chon, who was at Taeyong's house, received various luxurious gifts from Hyun-do's relatives and relations. Moon-ki then carries a stock certificate to be given to Hyun-do at his birthday party. Meanwhile, Joo-hee seems to be looking for the address of Soon Chon's family's house until finally, she asks the old woman who sells antiques. She doesn't think the old woman knows Soon Chon and gives directions to Soon Chon's family house. Not only that, but the old lady also asked Joo-hee to give a letter to Soon Chon's friend named Taeyong. Then she received the letter without any suspicion. At Soon Chon's family home, Soon Hye is seen cooking seaweed soup for her son's birthday. Even though it was foreign to Taeyong, who never ate seaweed soup on his birthday, he is now very grateful to have a mother who always loves him. Even he refuses Soon Hye's money because getting a mother's love is his most valuable thing. Soon Hye, who heard that, was very happy because she thought that her son would ignore her after growing up. Suddenly, they were surprised by the arrival of Joo-hee, who wished him a birthday and gave him a present. On the other hand, Soon Chon, who has now become Taeyong, seems to be enjoying a lavish birthday party with Hyun-do's family and close relations. He presents Hyun-do with a stock certificate from the proceeds of his pocket money. Seeing his son getting interested in business, Hyun-do felt proud. Song-guk is also surprised by the change in Taeyong's demeanor, which he used to know as lazy. Shortly after, Song-guk calls Joo-hee to ask her to come to Taeyong's birthday party. Soon Chon then appears to be greeting all of Hyun-do's corporate relations guests, as he checks the names of the list of businessmen he put together to study earlier. Not long after, Yo-jin approached Soon Chon because she felt that the Taeyong she knew was very different because she greeted businessmen by their full names and even prepared a gift for his father. Because it was so strange, Yo-jin wondered why Taeyong was now inviting his schoolmates who were not close friends. On the other hand, Joo-hee, constantly pressured by her father, finally came to the birthday party. When she got there, Joo-hee was surprised because Taeyong, whom she knew as Soon Chon, was also there.
Hello,
Sometime
Betcha.
after,
How should I
Yong-sin
do?
asked the fake Taeyong to
Thank you. Happy
entertain the
Women's
invitees by playing the
Day.
piano. Soon
I
Chon
think that's
panics because he doesn't know how to
who's
play the
let it
piano. However, suddenly Taeyong, now known as Soon Chon, started playing the piano, which amazed everyone because his playing technique was the same as the real Taeyong's. At that moment, Soon Chon realizes that even though his and Taeyong's fortunes have been exchanged, their talents and habits cannot change. Furthermore, Soon Chon finds a letter from an old antique dealer to Joo-hee. After opening the letter, he is very surprised because, under the rule of the Golden Spoon, Soon Chon and Taeyong can return to their real lives if they meet their parents for birthdays. Realizing that his plan could fail if Taeyong meets Hyun-do, Soon Chon immediately looks for Taeyong's whereabouts. Finally, Soon Chon spots Taeyong at the elevator. At the same time, Hyun-do is also heading for the elevator, so he tries to distract his father by hugging him and saying that he is very grateful to be born as his only son. When he found out Taeyong had left, Soon Chon finally went with Hyun-do. At night, Joo-hee feels weird with Soon Chon now because he asked her to help him with the assignment. Not only that, but she is also surprised because Soon Chon likes wine and can play the piano like Taeyong. Not long after, her father comes and reminds Joo-hee not to hang out with Soon-chon and asks her to choose friends who are on the same level as their family. Suddenly, Song-guk brings up a girl named Nara, Joo-hee's friend from a poor family who was caught stealing her expensive watch in middle school. Joo-hee is upset because her father brings up the matter even though Nara has passed away. At home, Young-sin reveals that she was very annoyed by Soon-chon's piano playing at Tae-yong's birthday party. She says that she doesn't like Tae-yong being so close to Soon-chon. Yeon-do then talks about a will, and he says that the heir to his company doesn't have to be his son but someone who can protect his wealth in the Dosun group. After the conversation is over, Young-sin calls someone. Meanwhile, Soon-chon, who just who just arrived at his room, looks worried because the letter about the gold spoon from the old woman who sells antiques has disappeared. Apparently, the letter fell at the party when he was busy looking for Tae-yong. The next day, Soon-chon visits Joo-hee to ask where she met the old woman selling antiques. Joo-hee then tells how she met the old lady before meeting his family. Hearing this, Soon-chon tries to prevent Joo-hee from meeting his poor family. However, she looks irritated and demands that Soon-chon, whom she knows as Tae-yong, not insult Soon-chon's family because she likes Soon-chon no matter what. Hearing that, he becomes uncomfortable hearing her reveal this. At Soon-chon's family house, Tae-yong finds the birthday cake Lee Chol left for him. He left a message saying sorry that he couldn't accompany his son on his birthday. In the message, he also revealed that he would try to earn money so that his kids' lives wouldn't be difficult. At night, Moonki reveals that Soon-chon's family is in danger of being evicted if they don't pay their rent soon. As it turns out, Soon-chon has thought of a way to help his family. Moonki is relieved that his young master has become wiser and even managed to overcome his trauma from events in America. Hearing that, Soon-chon becomes curious about what happened to Tae-yong in America 5 years ago. Moreover, one of the maids at the Huang family house, Miss Gong, always gives him medicine daily. On the other hand, Young-sin tries to persuade Miss Gong to help her find someone who can keep an eye on Tae-yong because she is very worried about his current state. A few days later, Moonki finally gets some information about An Muin, the rent collector who used to come to Soon-chon's family's house. An Muin and his group turned out to be a gangster group in the area. With the crime evidence that Moonki and Soon-chon have, they head to An Muin's property office to negotiate. However, their arrival was not welcomed, so Moonki, proficient in martial arts, had to fight and defeat all the gangsters. Finally, Muin agrees to follow Soon-chon's orders so that his business is not reported to the police. Not long after, Soon-chon and Moonki watch as Muin and some of his men come to Soon-chon's family's house to apologize. Muin then makes concessions to Soon-chon's family to pay the rent for the house. Soon-chon feels reassured because his family won't find out that he helped them. On the way home, Soon-chon feels guilty about his family because he traded his parents' life and affection to enjoy the Tae-yong family's wealth. Elsewhere, a homeless woman is seen looking for an old lady who sells antiques. The woman apparently wanted to return the golden spoon she had used before. The next day, at school, Soon-chon becomes jealous after seeing how close Joo-hee and Tae-yong are now. At night, Soon-chon also comes around the convenience store while looking at Joo-hee, who is working. Then he becomes suspicious of Wee-nam watching Joo-hee while drunk. When Joo-hee walks home after work, Wee-nam seems to follow her and tries to hurt her. So, he wants revenge for the death of his daughter, Nara. He wants to threaten Joo-hee's father to give him money as compensation for his daughter's death. Meanwhile, Soon-chon, concerned about Joo-hee's safety, keeps dialing her number but doesn't pick up. Then he rushes after Joo-hee because he is afraid that she will be hurt by the man watching her in front of the convenience store. After Soon-chon heard Joo-hee's screams, he rushed to her aid and tried to catch Wee-nam. Unfortunately, his attempt failed after Wee-nam managed to knock him down, and Wee-nam finally ran away from there. Joo-hee then tells Soon-chon that the man is Nara's father, who wants revenge because his daughter was expelled from school after being caught stealing her watch, even though the watch had been returned. At that time, Joo-hee could not forgive Nara because the watch Nara took was a gift from her late mother. After being expelled from school, it was reported that Nara had leukemia and died. Until now, Joo-hee still hasn't forgiven herself and regrets why she didn't forgive Nara's mistake at that time. Soon-chon tries to calm her and convince her that Nara's death is not her fault. Some time passes, and now Soon-chon tries to win Hyun-do's heart so that his current father is willing to change his will. He begs Hyun-do to change the will's contents and plans to attend the shareholders' meeting. He assures Hyun-do he will do his best to inherit the Dosun group. Hyun-do looks pleased that the will he left on his desk could change Tae-yong's behavior. One day, Soon-chon is in class and accidentally finds a note from the gold spoon saleswoman in his book. Not long after, he received a message on his cell phone from an unknown number. In the message, the sender said he knew he was not the real Tae-yong. He is shocked that someone already knows his secret. He suspects his friends in his class, but this is not proven. Moments later, Tae-yong enters while playing on his cell phone. However, Soon Chon's suspicions were not proven because Taeyong's cell phone did not ring when he called the number. It was Joo-hee's cell phone that rang after receiving an incoming call. During break time, Soon Chon, who rechecks the letter, is surprised because the contents of the letter are not there. When he visits one of his friend admits that he found the envelope empty at a previous birthday party and put it in Soon Chon's textbook. Soon Chon suspects that one of his friends is
Maybe
switching
they
places
can
like him
have
using a
just
golden spoon, and he now suspects Joo-hee of being too friendly to
haram.
others, even
Friend
though she's from a
haram.
rich
It's
family.
haram.
He becomes even more suspicious of her, especially after learning about her and Nara's past. She is also the person who delivered the letter. To confirm this, Soon Chon secretly searches Joo-hee's bag and looks for her cell phone. On the other hand, Joo-hee is with Yo-jin, who warns her to stay away from Taeyong.
Sleepy.
While listening to Yo-jin's request, Joo-hee suddenly remembered that her phone had been left behind in class, so she rushed back to class. Arriving at class, she is surprised to see Soon Chon, who plays Taeyong, rummaging through her bag. Soon Chon immediately explains that he wants to make sure who called Joo-hee before class started. Then she points out that her father called her this morning, and then he apologizes. When Soon Chon sits in the bleachers at the sports field, he goes back to reading the message sent to him. Suddenly, Taeyong appears and reads the message until he asks if Taeyong sent the message. When Soon Chon asks, Taeyong says he didn't send the message. At the same time, he warns Soon Chon not to go near Joo-hee. At dinner, Young Sin, eating with Soon Chon, suggests that he focuses more on studying than taking care of the company's shareholder meeting. However, he doesn't care what Young Sin says and just accepts the suggestion. However, she suddenly feels strange when she learns that her stepson is now consuming coffee, which Taeyong avoided so much before. Sometime later, Soon Chon calls Joo-hee to the police station because Wee Nam has been caught. The police report he was reported by a student named Yo-jin for sneaking into her house to express his longing for his late daughter, Nara. Joo-hee explains that the Nara family has rented a room at Yo-jin's house for several years. Soon Chon, who wants to investigate Nara's death, finally invites Yo-jin to the columbarium. He suspects that Yo-jin is Nara, who is changing lives using a golden spoon because, according to Joo-hee's story, Yo-jin was known to be sick since middle school. After arriving at the columbarium, Soon Chon asks Yo-jin about Nara. Yo-jin admits that she is not very close to Nara even though Nara's family has rented a room at her house. Surprisingly, Yo-jin suddenly looks sad when Soon Chon asks why she reported Wee Nam to the police station. She admits that Wee Nam was a father who often abused Nara when she was still alive. When Yo-jin was about to leave the venue, her steps suddenly stopped after Soon Chon called her as Nara. She seems annoyed that he called her Nara and accuses him of being the one who sent her mysterious messages. Meanwhile, Joo-hee is looking at a picture of herself with Yo-jin and Nara in middle school. Soon after, she received a message stating she was not the real Joo-hee. The next day, Taeyong and his friends also get a similar message. Finally, Jong-gun admits that he deliberately sent the message to his classmates as a joke using his mother's number to prank all.
I take shower first. I'm going to take a bath. I'll watch later. I'm sleepy. No, I cannot sleep in live. They will block. I think going to West. I'm going Mall. Crazy. Please find someone like yourself for me. I'm a good boy. How can I find? Okay lah. I'm going somewhere. Take a bed first. Going to take a bed. Bye guys. Bye ramen. I'm going somewhere. I'm blazing. Oh. I'm tired. I'm tired of sleeping 2 days. Yesterday also I'm here. And then at night I make kimchi. And then now I want to make sushi. Sushi. I want to make sushi. I want to try. Sleeping video. Because 2 days I'm not working. Every Friday, Saturday we're not working. So nothing to do. I just sleep and cook, eat and sleep, cook, eat like this. Good for you. But now I want to make sushi. Because yesterday I'll make kimchi. I buy 5 kilo for Chinese cabbage. And then better I will sell it. I can earn money. Have some fun too. Yeah. No need to have fun. I just want to buy some seaweeds. What do you call it? Seaweeds. And I will make sushi and then I will sell it. At least I can earn, right? Earning money is better than fun. Than to have some fun. Better save more money. Business minded. Business minded. Let's see. I just want to try. Buy some fun. Yeah, cooking is more fun. Cooking, eating, sleeping. Oh my god. You know what in Middle East? You cannot really buy some. I mean, the alcohol. It's not allowed here, right? It's not allowed here to buy alcohol. Before I have 2 friends here. They love cooking on. They love drinking alcohol. So every off they asking me, Nina, let's have a drink. So I don't have money because we always drink if we have free time. Yes po. Tapos na. Duty mo? Working? Work ka pa? Maliligo muna ako, mahal. Mahal, maliligo ako. Punta akong Esdan.
Basta.
Punta akong Esdan Mall.
Ha?
Pupunta akong Esdan Mall.
Dami mong pera. Kain tayo doon. Kasama ako kay Laban eh. Doon na lang ako kakain.
Sige. Anong oras ka makakarating? 3 pa lang sila uuwi.
Alas 4 dyan. Alas 4, makakarating na kami dyan.
Galas bibili lang naman ako ng seaweeds.
Yung ipapamasahe mo lang eh.
Ayaw mo ba yun? Igagawa kita ng sushi. Gagawa ko ng sushi. Oh.
Sige.
Bibili lang naman ako noon kasi mura daw siya ngayon. Parang 7 real lang.
Sige, pupunta ka na.
O send mo ako, mag-send ka sa akin.
Magkano?
200.
100?
Sige, 100. Sige na,
100 ba?
Sige, 100. Kay 50 lang.
Sige, 50 na lang.
Ang kuripot nito talaga. Kuripot.
Man, mag-iipon tayo ha. Huwag ka dyan.
Opo. Sige na. Mag-send ka.
50 ha? 50 lang?
Punta akong Esdan.
Ibili mo na ako ng mga chips.
Tumigil ka. Huwag ka mag-chips. Hindi maganda yun.
Sige, huwag na.
Huwag na.
Ipa 70 ko na lang.
Nahiya. Parang nahiya ka pa.
Sige, 65 na lang.
Raulo.
Magkano nga? Sinaso?
50 lang, mahal.
Ha?
50 mo lang. Bibili lang ako ng seaweeds.
Sige. Ayan.
Sige na, bye-bye. Maliligo muna ako. Bye-bye.
Sige, bye-bye.
Love you.
Nasend ko na.
Bye, guys. Assalamualaikum so but people don't care, because yeah, of course. Yeah, because you still can buy, right? You still can buy. Here also, we still can find, but now I sell them to drink, so I can save more money than to drinking. Farid Zozo, how are you? Walaikum salam. Banana. Banana. Apple. Okay lah. Bye-bye na, guys. I'm going to Esdan Mall. I want to buy something. I will make kimchi. I will make sushi and kimchi fried rice. Bye, Ramin. See you tomorrow. Take care. Thank you for staying.